Yeah, hey guys, hope you're having a great day so far. I'm sorry I got cut off a little earlier, but I want to talk a little bit about the stocks of this week, right? We talked about, like we did that play in the CNC this morning. We made about 30-40% return. We did a quick play in and out, momentum strategy play. And if you want to learn more about the momentum strategy, there's a class on Friday of this week. So click the link in my bio, you can sign up for that class. Well, then like the CNC, if somebody asked me earlier, that's a group in which I post my trades, and we have other educational information, but we also have mini classes and stuff like that in the CNC. And you also get access, you get first access to the free classes. And you know those free classes book up fast, so you get first access to it. So back to what I was saying. The badge is at the bottom of the screen. I'd appreciate it if you guys, I see a couple of you bought a badge. I appreciate it. I just want to talk more about that gold stock we talked about on Strategy Sunday 2 days ago. It's been up 2 days in a row. I think it was a little down today, but it was up yesterday. So I think it's like 0.1% it was down today. So that stock, I still believe it's going to continuously do well in the next month or 2 months, maybe in the next few weeks. And the reason is, we talked about that last week, is that inflation. Inflation is going to hit hard. So let's think about this. And I'm telling you, we always like to put ourselves 6 months into the future, 8 months into the future, a year into the future. Now, inflation, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hardcore inflation here in the next year. And somebody argued with me on Facebook, on Instagram, sorry. And they said that no inflation would happen, because I said, think about, man, if you don't know the basics of economics, everybody in high school is taught that supply and demand is the basis of all prices. That's how prices come from, or value comes from. So if you put $4, 5 trillion, $6 trillion into the economy, that's equal to all the taxes for the last 10 years or something. I forgot what it was. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Do you really believe there's not going to be inflation? You just doubled the money supply, or whatever it was. I don't know the exact number. You don't think there's going to be inflation? There's going to be mass inflation. We're already up 9% last quarter. That means think about this. That means your dollar buys 10% less than it bought 4 months ago. 4 months ago, it buys 10% less. So what stocks do well historically when there's hard inflation? Well, it's gold. Gold as an asset, as a precious metal, usually does well when the dollar drops, or when inflation is rampant. So what do? We can buy the gold, and that'd be a good play. That could be a way to, I guess it's a good asset allocation to put a little gold in there. But how can we make more money on knowing what's going to happen? Well, we could buy gold mining stocks, right? So it's just gold, GOLD is the stock ticker. That's one of the biggest ones. And that's how we can make money. And it's not going to be a quick win. You're not going to wake up and tomorrow's up 40%. They don't work like that. But it works over time, right? And everything we do can't be a quick play. It's not going to be instant money. Like, that's what gets me frustrated a little bit with people, is that I'll come up with something, and the very next day somebody will write me up, even if it goes up 2%, 1%. Oh, I thought it was going to go up 30%, man. You said, like, come on, man. It's not going to be net tomorrow. It's not going to be the next day. It's going to take time. Right? People got to be more patient, right? These dudes been talking about AMC for a while, man. I don't know about AMC, man. The gamma short squeezes never happened. I mean, it still may happen, but I mean, it seems every day it doesn't happen is less likely to happen. Like I said, the badge at the bottom of the screen, I'd appreciate it if you guys would buy a badge. The CNC is now reopened. CNC is a Discord room in which we discuss stock plays, we discuss ways of making money, we discuss strategy and skills and learning, right? Now, like I said, I'm only gonna allow 100 people in that every month. And right now we're at about like 87 or 88. So we got about 11 slots left for this month. And as people leave, we'll let people in also. Everything's crashing in crypto. Everything's crashing because I'm gonna tell you why crypto's crashing. It's pretty simple. It's not nothing hard. It's simple. Is that what happened over this last few days is that you guys know how crypto mining works, right? That means Bitcoin has to be created by very, very strong specialized computers that create Bitcoin. I'm not going to go deeper into that. because it gets more complicated, but that's basically what it does. So what's happening now is that China owned a large percentage of those miners, the people who created Bitcoin. And China just banned Bitcoin all over. And they actually went after the miners, the people who were creating the Bitcoin. So what happened is that you think about it from the perspective of a miner, they got all this Bitcoin they've been creating, and now China's telling them that they may, that they can't do it anymore. So what does that make them do? That makes them panic and start selling all their Bitcoin before China bans them from even having it. So that's what's happening right now in the market, is that a lot of those Chinese miners are just dumping their crypto onto the market because they're panicking. They don't know what's going to happen. So they don't know if China could tomorrow come out and say Bitcoin's banned. So what do you do in that situation? You start selling your Bitcoin. Get whatever you can before it's too late. And that's what's happening right now, right? And you guys know that I bought Bitcoin this morning at 29, what is it, 29,800 or 28? I forgot what it was. It was around 29,000 because I bought a whole Bitcoin this morning. Because I have faith, if it doesn't happen in the next 3-4 weeks, it's going to happen in the next 3-4 years. So I'm not worried about it. So like I said, when people get fearful, that's when you become greedy. And somebody actually told me, I thought you said, Armando, you don't become greedy. I thought you said you never be greedy. I thought you said never do that. Well, I said, don't do it when a stock's going up. When everybody else is greedy, you don't jump in to be greedy with them. You always do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Right? If everybody's fearful, that's when you be greedy. When everybody's greedy, that's when you be fearful and get out and manage your risk. Right? I didn't say don't be greedy. Greed is not a bad word. It sounds bad because people use it as bad. But that just means I'm going to get as much as I can for me and my family. Right? That's what it means. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, greed when you affect other people. Greed when you hurt other people. Greed when you take from other people. Yeah, that's bad. But if I'm trying to get as much, like if I'm greedy as a basketball player, so I'm making all the shots. Nobody's gonna be mad at me. I'm a greedy rebounder in basketball, so I'm grabbing all the rebounds. Nobody's mad at me. If I'm a greedy defensive player, so I don't want nobody to score on me. Nobody's gonna be mad at me. So greed, when used in a certain way, is not bad. So Dogecoin, man, like I told you guys, I mean, I don't believe in it long term. I mean, it's a good play short term or whatever, but I just don't believe in it short term. I just don't. I mean, I could be wrong, but you know, and I'm getting a lot of messages about IOTA too, man. It's like we're in a market-wide crash. Every single crypto is going to be affected. When Bitcoin and Ethereum and the top ones go down, the bottom ones go down at a higher rate. It's a correlation, but it's an exaggerated correlation. That means that when Bitcoin goes down, let's say 5%, those altcoins down below will go down 20%. But in the opposite way, when Bitcoin goes up 6%, those altcoins go up 20%. It's a correlation, but it's exaggerated, right? And you got to understand how this works. You got to understand how these things work. I mean, a lot of people panic way too early. You know, is that, you know, they just, but like people, I got a lot of messages with people asking me about IOTA. What's happening to IOTA? What's going on? But they just, that's all that's happening. That's it. That's all that's happening. How's it going, man? I am Black Legacy. How you doing, man? Like I said, the badges at the bottom of the screen, I'd appreciate it if you guys would buy a few badges. It would really help me with the YouTube I'm trying to build and other things. I'm trying to grow my TikTok also. So I have to hire somebody to do that. So I you know, if you guys would help me out, buy a few badges. If you learn something, if you're making money, you're doing well, you know, buy a few badges, show your appreciation. If you're having trouble getting to the TNC and you already paid, so check your emails. And if it's not in your email, check your promotions or your spam folder. The instructions will be there. I appreciate that badge, Square. I appreciate the badge, Abstract. I appreciate you, man. I haven't gotten a new Cadillac yet, but I am in the next month or so. The thing about it, man, is that there's no good ones here in Tampa, so I got to go down to Miami to get one. So I got to fly down to Miami and drive back. I just haven't had time to do that yet, but I am going to do it here pretty soon in the next month or so. Because I kind of want a specific one. I want a black one with brown interior. So that I want a black one with brown interior, so that it's hard to find those. But there's a lot of them in Miami. I guess Miami just has a bigger car market for Cadillacs or whatever. So I gotta get down there and try to get it here in the next month or so. But like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of those coins that I've been buying over the years, and this is a smart way. This is a way that you can do it. This is a way that I'm gonna do it without even affecting my bottom line. And this is what we talk about when we say chestnut checkers. This is what we talk about when we live this chestnut checkers lifestyle. We live this wealth in our progression towards wealth building, right? Is that what I'm gonna do? We have to change our mindset, because like I said, I knew I had all the pieces, but I didn't have them together because I'm constantly. That's what I try to train you guys to do. Constantly think of ways that I can make money and reduce risk and reduce debt. How can I do it? How can I use what I already have? How can I leverage this? How can I maybe leverage my skills, talent, or actual cash to make more money? So I got crypto, right? So I'm thinking, well, what can I do? I don't want to sell the crypto because I really believe it's going up. But I want to buy it. I got the money in the bank. I can go and buy Cadillac Cash Money, but I really don't like doing that because I know that the cash has more value. If I'm getting a 1% interest rate on a new car, well, I can make that much on the cash, more than that, you know, on just a real estate investment trust or whatever. So I don't want to do that. So how can I get this Cadillac with the least possible liability and debt towards me? And I'm thinking, racking my brain for a while, and it hit me. Well, I could take out a crypto back loan. I already got the crypto. So what I could do is I could take out a crypto back loan. They use the crypto as collateral. No credit check, no nothing. The next day you get your cash, right? So you give them the crypto. That's the collateral. They give you the cash, right? So you got a term of 3 years. And all you got to do is pay the interest over 3 years. The interest is 1%. So for 3 years, all I'm going to be paying is $50 a month for that new Escalade. That's it. That's all I'm gonna be paying. I'm gonna have a brand new Escalade paying $50 a month, just the interest. That's it. So that's the way we have to think. That's the way we have to use our brains. That's the way we have to get into this. You have to get into the chestnut checkers lifestyle. You got to get into it, right? And you got to get the strategy of it all, the thought process, the thinking for past where everybody else is thinking 4 or 5 moves ahead. That's the main difference between chess and checkers. Checkers is a one-man, the most you're gonna think is 2, 3 moves ahead in checkers. In chess, you could think 10, 15 moves ahead. The games are very similar. The games are similar, right? It's a chess. That's what I like to use that analogy. The games are similar, but one, you have to think a lot farther out. You have to think a lot farther. You have to think farther out than your opponent to beat your opponent. In chess, checkers is fun or whatever, but you don't have to think that far out, maybe 2, 3 moves. In chess, if you could think 15 moves out, you're going to beat your a normal opponent every time. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining, and have a great rest of your night.